What's up, people? Orseofkorse here, coming to you with another Paragon deck build. Today we're going to be looking at Gadget. So Gadget's caster type, long range, poke at the enemy type character. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck here. So I'm starting out with the Archmagus for the Prime card. So when you get that Prime buff, it'll give you 65 energy damage, 100% damage bonus, which is always nice. You want her to hit hard. So I have my consumables filled out, but normally this is what I'll go with. I'll go with a Chrono Tonic instead of the health potion, Scout Ward, mana potion. Now for whatever reason I don't feel like I need the Scout Wards, as I normally do, but let's say I'm playing against a team that I don't think is very good or something, I don't know. I might go 2 mana potions and then just play her very cautiously, but normally just to play it safe to help your carry if you're playing support or whoever you're supporting. Go ahead and grab that Scout Ward just to give them the extra vision. You can use the cast token if needed, for some extra damage early on. But like I said, usually Chrono, mana, and Scout Ward. So my equipment isn't in any particular order. The only card here that I don't actually use in-game is Ring of Domini. This one is a throwaway. I use it early on to help with lane pushing and just last hitting, helping her get strong quicker. So this one, 100 health, 75 mana. The passive is what I use it for though, the plus 10% damage to minions. Then I just throw mana on there, 1 cost mana, just so she can stay out in the field longer, poke out at the minions, irritate people in the lane, be a bully. Now the deck proper, I go with the Magus Ward. And this is another reason why I say if you don't want to start with the Scout Ward, you probably don't have to, because I do have the Magus Ward in there, so you'll have a ward later on, especially if you play cautious in the beginning. But I go with the Magus Ward. So the stats are 6.5 energy damage, 75 mana. I do that with a major cast and 2 casts. I like my gadgets to hit hard, to make them a threat, because late game they're not like heavy damage dealers, but you want them to be able to, zone an opponent out. You want people to fear a little bit. You don't just want them to rush towards you every time, right? So, I go energy damage. And more importantly though, the Shadow Wards keep people from sneaking up on you, because you do not want to get behind on any character, but So Mind Flow is the next card. I like this card because of the cooldown reduction and the mana. So I put advanced mana and 2 manas, so 225 mana and 2 of the 150. Now the cooldown, or the passive though, is while over 50% mana, gain 12.5 cooldown. Cooldown is a big thing for Gadget. I want to be able to throw those my sticky mines. I want to be able to throw my little speed gates, all that stuff as often as possible. That's why I need a nice mana pool and cooldown. Now this Solaris Reactor, the 6.5 energy damage, 0.3 mana regen. I like this card because it gives the mana regen, so I don't have to go back as often, especially if I have a decent mana pool, which I think I have about 1200 mana, which may be a little much, but I like it. Then I go with the major cast and 2 casts. Like I said, I want my gadgets to hit hard, and this card makes sure she hits hard and also gives her a little bit of mana regen. So I doubled up on it. I did 2 of them are exactly the same. If you want, you can put some advanced sparks or sparks in there, maybe take a little mana out of the deck, but this is what I like running right now. Now for a little defense for your defense and cooldown, I go with the Etherweave Mesh. So this will give you energy armor, 2.5 cooldown, and once you fully upgrade it, you get another 7.5 cooldown. I put a 5% cooldown on there as well, and then 2 barriers. So you can take a couple of hits for some energy carries now, some energy heroes in general. And this card alone gives you 15 cooldown reduction, plus your 12.5 for Mind Flow. So right now you're sitting at, 27.5? So you're doing pretty good right now. Now this one is optional, or both of them are optional though, but I usually equip them both. So Quantum casing, because usually you're gonna have some type of melee champion, physical champion on another team. So this one gives you 22 physical armor, another 10 cooldown, plus with the Chrono that puts you at technically 42. So you're actually over, but you can't beat that with the Mind Flow. So if you want, you can always go one less 2.5 Chrono so you're not going over. But I'll just keep it like this because once you're under half mana, your mind flow, you lose that 12.5 cooldown. So actually you'll be at about 30 once it's all said and done, which is why I keep this in there. And then the last card, and this one is optional, you can change this if you don't have it, that's fine as well. But this is Shockwave. It used to be a little bit better, it used to knock people up, but now it slows enemies down, which is a nice pair with your ultimate. Your ultimate is like a huge bubble. Anybody inside of it takes energy damage. So if you pop that and then pop this, or pop this and then pop your cooldown, your ultimate cooldown, I mean, you're gonna catch them in a bulk of the damage. So that's always good. And I equipped this one with 2 basic sparks, so a 0.3 mana regen and a 0.6 mana regen. Now, if you don't have this card, you can replace it with just about anything. This one, I just liked it for the mana regen and the slow. Help get people off you, help get them in your ultimate. So that's what I have for my gadget so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at her moveset really quickly. Alright guys, so for Gadget, she has her basic attack, the Plasma Blast, which is a ranged attack dealing 35 energy damage. It levels as you level, so you don't have to worry about that too much. The Seek and Destroy, so she throws a bot into the air and it'll stop over some enemies, and it'll deal like 100 damage over 3 seconds to anybody in that range. And it also reduces their speed, so it's a good way to slow people down if they're chasing you, you know, give you that edge, let you get away, or help your teammates, of course. Sticky Mine, this right here is I think her bread and butter. Sticky Mines, he tosses that mine out into the air, lands on the ground, and if anybody's in the area, it'll attach to them, even minions. But of course it targets enemy players over minions, but it'll attach to anything, even yourself, but it won't damage you. Now this one hits pretty hard. It starts out at 100, but as you get stronger, you build that energy damage. It can hit for, I think mine was hitting for around 500, or late 400s for sure. So it hits fairly hard, so it can really, you know, zone some people out. It'll make them afraid to approach for sure. The speed gate right here, you throw that down, gives you 200 plus movement speed for 3.5 seconds, and it also deals damage to the enemy players. So this is good. Escape, it also speeds up the minions, so it's good if you want to rest the minions, you know, get them up to the tower a little bit faster. And then here is your ultimate, the Tesla Dome. So this one right here deals 450 energy damage over 6 seconds to all enemies in the area. So now this is powerful, of course, but it's also a good way to escape. Like if you need to disengage from a fight, if you throw that down between you and the enemy, they are likely not going to walk through it because it does do enough damage to make them, you know, weary. Also, if you need to disengage from like a team fight, you can throw that between the 2 teams and the fight's over most of the time, right? Your team gets away, you're good. So it's a good escape. I normally don't use it offensively, but you can, especially if they're slowed or something, or like they're in Gideon's ult or Decker's little fence, electric fence, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's a good way to do that, but I usually save it to disengage unless I just get an ideal moment. So yeah guys, that's what I have for my gadget so far. Let me know what you think. If this helps you at all, make sure to share the video out, give it a like, and subscribe for more Paragon content and a couple of other things that I'll be posting as well. So thanks people for watching. This is Orseofkorse. We'll see you in the next video.